I am having some serious procrastination paralysis right now. It's the middle of April and I just finished putting all the dahlia tubers that I sold out in bags. People are ready to come pick them up. And there are a million things to do in the garden and I'm just super overwhelmed. I'm in my work clothes from this morning. I don't really want to change into outdoor clothes, but I'm making this video to prove that it can be done, and I'm just proving it to myself. I don't really care if anybody else finds motivation in this. Okay, let's do this. So the first thing I gotta do is put on my Duluth overalls. I don't have an affiliate link for them. I wish I did because I wear my Duluth coveralls every single day. After that, you can tell I'm not very excited, but I'm gonna grab my Farmer's Defense gloves. I love these gloves. They're very cute. They have mushrooms on them. There's a lot of fun patterns, and I do have an affiliate link for those. You'll get 15% off. I'll link it below. I'm going to check this bed here in the U-pick. I don't even know what's in it. I think some dahlias that are not that special. This is why you should always label. And then I know I have Rudbeckia on that side. So I'm gonna dig down and probably compost some of the dahlia tubers because I don't really care what they are. And eventually you might get to a point where you have so many dahlias that you also don't care. This is not working because I didn't put my microphone thing in there. Fuck! So if you haven't seen my other videos, I cover all of my garden beds over winter with a big bunch of leaves. I just gather up the leaves with my lawnmower and cover them really thick. See, I don't know what this is. That's not a dahlia tuber. See, I think I had zinnias in here. Might be zinnias. Here's one dahlia tuber though, orange seedling. I did label that. It's one of the first seedlings I ever grew. It's really not a keeper, but people seem to like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just divide it and maybe I'll just compost it. I don't love it. Okay, to dig up this clump of dahlia tubers, I'm going to pitchfork around it, kind of give it a shake. Try not to damage it, but again, I don't care about this tuber, so maybe I will damage the whole thing. Yep. Poked right through it. Who cares? If you accidentally poke through a dahlia tuber clump that you care about, you can try to carefully remove your pitchfork, and truly, I mean, it will still grow. If it's not rotten, it's gonna grow. But I just don't really want to keep this one around necessarily. I think I'm just gonna compost it before anybody can tell me to stop. All right, this right here with the leaves like missing, that's probably a rabbit. If you see something like that. Let me show you what it looks like if it's a slug. If you have a slug problem, it'll look more like that on the leaves where there are bites out of it, but not just a clean cut, the entire leaf is missing. I said it was the middle of April. Check this out. People are always afraid to plant their dahlias too early. This one was left in the ground. It's already popping through the soil. So that's what I really love about these leaves over the top is they will protect whatever's coming out of the soil from any random frosts. We had a frost last night and you can see that this is just totally fine. So let nature do her thing. If you haven't been convinced to wait until later to dig up your dahlia tubers, let this be another piece of evidence for you. My last video I was digging up tubers in March and it was somewhat easy to see eyes, but now, I mean, look at those things. It's so blatantly obvious where the eyes are. Super easy to divide tubers at this point. So what I'm going to do now is dig up any of the tubers that I'm not that excited about. Terracotta is one where I ended up with just way too many of them. I have a whole bed of terracotta. So I'm going to divide the tubers that I just dug up, snip them apart, and immediately put them in the dirt. You don't have to store them. You don't have to wait until they dry out. You can just put them in the dirt. I'm in Olympia, Washington, but you'd be surprised at how many climates are okay with dahlias going in the ground at any point of the year. What you want to look out for is not too much water. Do not water dahlia tubers after you plant them. And if your soil holds water, like after a rain, you're not going to want to plant them yet. Water damage causes the tubers to rot, and that's the easiest way to lose tubers. The next thing I'm going to do today is plant these sweet peas. So sweet peas get really tall. over 6 feet easily. And so you're going to want to trellis them pretty early on. They start growing quickly when it gets warm. I typically try and start seeds around Valentine's Day. Sweet pea seeds tend to grow straight down and the plants grow straight up. And so I space mine pretty close together, right around 4 inches apart. They like fertilizer. I use a fish fertilizer on them. I can link it below. Yeah, they're cold weather crop. They bloom in July, but really they're done when it gets really hot in August. So don't wait. Start your sweet peas early so that they can bloom for you before it gets too hot. I've also found that the heat tends to stunt how long their stems get. So if you want long stem sweet peas, you'll want to shade them. Make sure you cut them a lot. They are a cut and come again flower, and if you let them go to seed, they will stop producing pretty quick. Really easy to save the seeds from. One of my favorite tricks for sweet peas is I cut the bottom of my starter trays so that their roots don't get all tangled. And this really helps with transplant shock. They pop out really easily and they're ready to go in the ground. Sweet peas can tolerate frost as well, so don't be afraid to put them out there. Even if you aren't sure if you'll have a frost or not in the future, they will be just fine.